All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of A Millionaire the Moon. Moving forward, starting today and right now, I want to bring you guys kind of a new segment on the channel where I want to bring you guys a market update where I run through the news and some important on-chart stuff with Bitcoin and Ethereum and kind of big market movers and kind of break down just kind of the most important stuff going on in the day in crypto. So if you like the sound of that, I need you to do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon notified of new uploads. Without further ado, welcome to the market update. Folks, Bitcoin is pumping. This is quite a big deal. We got past the key resistance zone of $55,000. We can see for the last 3 days we were getting rejected off this $55,000 zone. Nice spike in volume in these regions, but we have finally blown past it and we are testing one of the most pivotal places for Bitcoin, that being the 50 simple moving average on the daily. Folks, this is a very big deal that we're testing these regions, because if we zoom out here and we examine this year's parabolic growth for Bitcoin, we can see that every time we had a major correction, we found support on the 50 SMA twice here. Had a correction, found support on the 50 SMA. Very important support level this cycle and back in 2017, except until recently, until this month, April, we broke below it, went back up, got rejected. There's a lot of panic in the market's a significant shift in the state of Bitcoin, but we are currently testing it. Folks, if and when we can get above and start to hold above this 50 SMA, the worst, in my opinion, is behind us with Bitcoin. So if we can get above and start to hold above this SMA, specifically $57,000, we are going to let you guys know first on this channel. So make sure you stay tuned. Join our Discord. Link for that is down in the description below. The fact that Bitcoin is testing this region is extremely key. Let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum is kind of chilling, not doing a whole lot. We tried to break out bullishly from this ascending channel here. We can draw kind of a trend line based off these 2 wicks and just extend it. We're above it for a bit, but we can't. If ETH doesn't really seem to have the gas in its tank currently to want to break out. ETH has had quite a pump. Bitcoin has had quite a dump. Bitcoin's pumping. That affects the pairing. That affects the Bitcoin dominance. So there's some good reasons to think that ETH is a bit overextended. Perhaps needs a little bit of a cool off period. I mean, we tried to break above, we couldn't. I mean, even now we're breaking below this trend line, went back up, got rejected. ETH isn't looking too hot. I think a bit of consolidation for ETH in the short term is probably due. I think as long as you remain above $2,600 for Ethereum, I'm not worried. I think kind of if we do pull back further, kind of short-term price targets, I think it's $2,600, and then the lower extremities of this green channel line from about, I'd say, $2,400 to about, it depends how quickly we retrace. If indeed we do retrace, we might not even retrace. ETH just might hang around in these regions for quite a while, but I think ETH cooling off for a little bit is probably well warranted. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, because Bitcoin dominance is a very important to understand. It's a very good indicator of the state of the altcoin market, because for those who don't know, Bitcoin dominance is the total value of Bitcoin in comparison to the total value of all cryptocurrency. Say it with me if you've been watching the channel. Whenever it falls, alts typically suffer. Alts typically benefit. Whenever it rises, alts typically suffer. So Bitcoin dominance has been absolutely falling, but it's starting to rally a bit here in the short term. I think a bit of a further rally of Bitcoin dominance is probably well warranted. I think, if Bitcoin, especially if Bitcoin continues to get above these regions here, I think, a temporary pause on the alts is probably well warranted. And one thing we can look at to try and gauge when the consolidation will end, or when the correcting will end with Ethereum specifically, is the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing. We kind of formed a bit of a roof with the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing here at 475. So if we continue to kind of consolidate and find our support here and not go below this level, that's our cue that I think Ethereum is probably done correcting and consolidating. If we fall below this level, I think more of a correction and consolidation is due or is in store for Ethereum. Also, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance here. Ethereum dominance. So Ethereum dominance has been breaking out of some key levels. If we just draw a trend line from these highs to this high here, we did break out from one very kind of key trend line, but there's also another significant one right here, right above us. We can see that on the day we're currently having a bit of a pullback here. So I think it probably makes some sense that we're going to consolidate around these regions here. Once if Ethereum dominance gets above this trend line, that's your cue that it's Ethereum's time in the market. Now let's move on to some major news stories. Coinbase is partnering with PayPal to help bring crypto payments. So that's a very big deal. The fact that normies are now getting in, the legacy players or companies are now getting involved with crypto. It's just a story that goes towards the point that, folks, crypto is being adopted. Crypto is here to stay. So, folks, we have another major news story. Cardano partners with Ethiopia Ministry of Education to help bring blockchain-based ID systems. So this will hopefully be rolled out to 5 million students in Africa, giving students the ability to track their qualifications and their lessons on the blockchain. So this is very, very interesting. The fact that Cardano is now getting kind of some real-world adoption. Pretty interesting news story as well, folks. Chainlink, according to this analyst here, Timothy Peterson, Chainlink has pretty steadily been outperforming Ethereum by on average 11% a month. Will that continue? I think it's possible, and in fact kind of well warranted, because if we take a look here at kind of like the top 15, top 10 cryptocurrencies, what's in the top spot right now? We have Bitcoin Cash, we have Litecoin, Dogecoin. I think Chainlink deserves to be ahead of all of those. I think Chainlink definitely deserves to be ahead of Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and XRP. I think Chainlink really deserves to be maybe top 5, top 10 for sure. So the fact that Ethereum has, the fact that Chainlink has already been outperforming Ethereum, and the fact that we have these projects ahead of Chainlink that I really don't think deserve to be, tells me that Chainlink still has plenty of upside in the future. So on April 29th, Hotbit was hacked, or at least an attempt was made. They didn't actually gain access to any of the funds, but they did compromise some of their systems. So according to Hotbit, maintenance will last for at least 7 days, and in the investigation on the system could last up to 2 weeks. So Hotbit's probably gonna be down for the next week or two. So just be aware that's what's going on. So folks, those are some of the major news stories going on in crypto, both on chart and off chart, that you guys need to be aware of. Let me know if you guys like this format, if you guys want to see more of this kind of video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you want to support us and if you like what we do, become a VIP Discord member. You get access to our low cap gems that we're looking at before we talk about it anywhere else. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, folks, take care.